Thank you for joining us. My name is Megan Waters with Armstrong. Today we are joined by Tom Edmonds and Dr. Armindia Dixon to talk about the Meadville 1825 event coming up. Mr. Edmonds is lecturer on world art and cross-cultural appreciation at Gannon University, and he is the chair of the 1825 committee. Dr. Dixon is chair of the Meadville 1825 marketing subcommittee. Welcome, and thank you for joining us today. We're excited to take a look at the parlor and talk about what we've got coming up for this big celebration.
Thank you, Ms. Waters.
It's nice to have you here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what we're here for today.
Well, I joined the Unitarians about a year ago when my wife and I came here. We're from New York City, and I thought I would retire. And I was wandering around Diamond Park, and I saw this beautiful Greek Revival temple on the corner. I had to get inside, so I went inside, and I liked what I saw. So I became a member. I'm a retired museum director, actually, and they for history museums on Long Island, New York, and they asked me to help with preserving this building. We're sitting in the 1875 Parish Hall, which is attached to the Unitarian Church, and they wanted to preserve it. So they asked for my help, and because of my grant writing experience, I was able to combine history of Meadville with this parish hall, with this public service building for the Unitarians. Mm-hmm. So I wrote a grant, and I paired it with Crawford Heritage Foundation, gave us $2,000 to have programs in the state of Pennsylvania, gave us $80,000 to restore this room, which just about 6 months ago had drop ceilings and fluorescent lights, and it was pretty ugly.
Yeah.
So we got stimulus money we added more money to the $80,000. It's a $160,000 project, thanks to some of our donors. Mm-hmm. And we want to make this room beautiful so it'll attract more people.
Absolutely.
I mean, you could have a wedding here, you could have ceremonies. We've already had memorial services for people, and it's just been a couple months. Mm-hmm. Last Saturday, we had a Victorian tea.
Very neat.
So
there's definitely a lot. I know we've talked about things that happen in our community that are not just one group or one demographic, that we have all these great efforts in our community, and it sounds like this is a place that those can really come home and be celebrated, whether or not they're tied to the church itself.
I did a head count when I was writing the grant, and as I just told you, 30,000 people come here annually for AA meetings, for a preschool, for book clubs. We have a soup kitchen. Our soup kitchen started up, so we service about 100 people every Saturday with free food. Mm-hmm. So this is community. This is
sure.
And it needs to be attractive so people want to come here. Mm-hmm. We want everybody in Meadville and Crawford County to come here.
Right. And that kind of brings us to what this is a larger part of. So maybe Dr. Dixon, you can tell me about that. This 1825, Meadville 1825. What's that going to look like over 2025 as we come into this new year?
Well, thank you so much. Mr. Edmonds organized a committee to work on the idea of celebrating what took place in Meadville and surrounding areas during the year 1825. I was asked to serve on this committee, and I'm sure some other people also. It didn't take much for me to say yes, because I love Meadville.
Yes.
And over the years of working for the Dr. Martin Luther King Scholarship Board and the mentoring program, I know that neither would have been successful without the people in Meadville. And what a difference the people have made in the lives of our children and our families. Mm-hmm. So it's amazing. So getting back to what Mr. Edmonds has already said, apart from the grant from Humanities, we also got a jump start with the Crawford County Heritage Foundation, who gave us $2,000 to see how we could do the whole year and show people what really happened in 1825. And we received that jump start, and here we are.
That's
ready for the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's coming up? I know we talked a little bit about a full schedule of events, and not just here in this room, not just at the church, but around town.
Oh my goodness, so much is going on. So let me just start. First of all, we have a grand opening, which will bring in the whole community. And we're asking the community to spend an evening with us. And it's going to be right here at the Unitarian Church. So let me just tell you exactly what will happen. First of all, it starts at 1:30 p.m. And from 1:30 p.m. until 2:30 p.m., Reverend Jane Ellen Nichols, Mistress of Ceremony, and Dr. Richard Hogrim, Master of Ceremonies, will introduce our state, county, local, and city officials who will share their thoughts about this celebration. Music will be provided by Mrs. Sandy Ball, who has also written the Meadville Bicentennial song. Can't wait to hear that song. We will get a chance to meet and chat with those on the church's committee and others who will be providing events during the whole year. Wow. From 2:30 until 3:30, Dr. Amelia Carr, Professor Emeritus from Allegheny College, will present all about Meadville. She'll give us an overview of all these things that will be happening during the year. And that's not all. There will be the opening of the Victorian Parlor, where we are today, and there will be an art exhibit by Meadville area senior high school students taught by Mr. Jacob McCoy. So they're already getting involved and they're working. You should see some of the art pieces. I've had a sneak preview. We will also be treated to scrumptious food provided by the Unitarian University Church Soup Ministry. To taste the delicious soups and partake of compliments, my goodness, will indeed be a great experience. And I want you to know I've dropped in several times to taste that soup. My goodness. And next now, we're ready for an entire year of free programming. So by the way, the calendar of events will be available at the opening, and we will have copies available at different sites. We will also make copies available upon request via email. There will be souvenir booklets available. We can keep things for the years to come to tell our children about 1825 in Meadville. Wow. There are over 19 free events happening during the 2025 celebration. They include the bicentennial celebration of Christ Episcopal Church, Stone United Methodist Church, and the Unitarian Universalist Church. Art exhibits by the Meadville area senior high school students we mentioned, the Early Learning Center that happens here, and Hatch Holler. My goodness, a former Allegheny graduate will be doing that. There will be evening for children about architecture in 1825 at the public library. Songs of the era, oh my goodness. General Lafayette visits to Bentley Hall. Juneteenth at John Brown Tannery. Architecture of 1825. This is a cemetery, Greendale. Ebony genealogy of sorts. Jan Heidi Cooper, the SAS. 200 years of Crawford governance, elections, and politics. Meadville Theological School, Heidi Cooper Women. Audubon, the artist, the man, and the myth, and Harlan Land Company. In August, there will be an all churches picnic. Can you see all churches, over 60 churches coming together? Wow. Oh my goodness, in Roach Park. And the theme will be all churches, one community. And this is one big, beautiful community. Then Meadville 1825 celebration will end Sunday, November 16th with a holiday cheer sing-along.
Wow.
What a year.
Yeah, absolutely. And you really hit the nail on the head. One community. I mean, you just covered architecture involving our education systems, the college, the school, our local artists, our local businesses. I mean, it literally hits every facet of our community and brings it together over almost exactly a year from today. So it's going to be busy, but it sounds like it's going to be great.
Oh, we're excited.
Yeah.
So something happened in 1825. I've been working in history museums for 40 years. And it's when I started doing the research on 1825 in Meadville in Crawford County, all of these things started happening. Meadville was a pioneer town.
Mm-hmm.
Most people were coming here in the late 18th century and early 19th century, and they were passing through. They were on their way. They were in Coswego wagons, going west, going to Ohio, settling the West. But in 1825, people stuck. The population grew. 3 religious congregations started. A courthouse was built. The courthouse was a log cabin in 1824. And then they built a beautiful stone classical style structure.
Mm-hmm.
And John Brown came to Guy's Mills and built a tannery and may have developed the Underground Railroad here. So Dr. Dixon and I have a love of heritage and everywhere. And Meadville was new for me, and I love researching history. And Dr. Dixon has written 2 books on our heritage. And she was the go-to person. We needed her here badly.
Absolutely. She is our community. She's in a little bit of everything. In fact, you mentioned, the MLK and other things that we've worked on together. So you're probably a familiar face to our viewers. So we're glad to have you on board for this. And I know the committee is as well. It really sounds like it's going to be some well thought out, all encompassing, and like you mentioned, complimentary for folks to attend so many of these events. So something that I think it'll be great for all ages, all demographics. Everyone is welcome, and it sounds like it's going to be
we're both
great.
Educators, so heritage is everything. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going.
Sure.
It's my mantra. Do you agree?
Well, yes.
That's the right answer.
And Meadville certainly has a lot to chew on in terms of heritage.
It does,
and
and there's more
yeah.
coming up.
And we're bringing in so
Yeah.
many people
Mhm.
who are helping with this and who are serving on the committee. There's Mrs. Mary Ann Wood,
Mhm.
who is from the First Presbyterian Church. And we have Reverend Steve Mattox from
Mhm.
First Baptist.
Mhm.
So we're all coming together
Sure.
to make this happen.
Sure.
The most amazing thing, I think, is Dr. Dixon's idea for an all-church picnic.
Mm-hmm.
She told me there's 61 churches. 61 churches, and
Or maybe more.
maybe more that we don't know about, but coming together as
Yeah.
just a big family. And I don't know, anybody that wants to come to the picnic can come, and we'll see what happens. But I think that's going to culminate this summer. That's
Yeah.
gonna-
Yeah, we will
Really.
be sending out information about each event so that people will know. We will get a narrative out.
Sure.
So,
And
yeah.
some of the folks that you have involved are, I'm assuming, your sponsors. So can you tell me a little bit about who's working with you to support these programs
Well,
this year?
Dr. Dixon mentioned the Crawford County Heritage Foundation. They're really good. But Bull Moose Marketing is going to spread the word, getting that out. The state of Pennsylvania, of course, they gave us money to do this. The Crawford County Historical Society is going to be participating. Josh Sheretz, the director, is going to give 2 lectures. One is going to be on the Holland Land Company, which is also the Stereopticon Museum. I never get that word right. Who else? We just have lots of, from the college is Brian Miller, who's going to be talking, as Dr. Dixon said, on John Audubon. And John Audubon came here in 1824, too bad. But we're going to include him anyway because it's close enough.
Yeah.
You have Mr. Andy Walker, who was a former city manager
Absolutely.
and now starting a new company to help Meadville. So my goodness. So we have all kinds of people.
And I know you mentioned folks can get in touch with you if they're looking for the schedule or just have questions or need more
Yes.
information. How do they reach out to
We're
the
on
committee?
Facebook, Meadville 1825.
Perfect. That's an
find
easy
us.
way to reach you.
Yeah, that's probably the best, or call here at the office, which is 814, help me here, do it.
And I put it on you.
You put it on my script, and I'm
Yes.
not following the script. Sorry.
Very good. Well, they can reach out to you via Facebook.
Yeah, Unitarian Church of Meadville.
Yes, we're at the Unitarian Church of Meadville. Reach out to the committee if you have any questions or if you're looking for specifics on that event schedule. Excuse me.
I found it.
Oh, very good.
It's 814-724-4023.
All right. Well, give them a call. Make sure you stop in and check out the parlor here, and you can pick up that schedule while you're here in a hard copy. It's a beautiful room, again, available for some community events. If you're interested in any of that, make sure you reach out. Take advantage of this new space that they've created for us, and really opened up and made a beautiful, usable space, and we're excited to celebrate it and celebrate a year full of great events.
Yeah, then aren't we on Facebook?
Yep.
We're so appreciative that Armstrong is here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Thank you for having
so
us.
much.
And congratulations on your success so far, and it'll be a great year. I think it's a good omen for more good things to come.
Thank you.
So, absolutely.
Thank you for being the backbone of
Ah,
the community.
Thank
Yes.
you. We're glad to be here.
Yes.
We love Meadville, and we're glad to be a part of this recognition and celebration going forward.
And thank you for being Slinky in the Halloween party.
Anytime.
I can't believe that's you, and here I'm sitting next to you.
Yeah. Celebrity status, celebrating the community.
Who could say that?
One
I
parade
was
at a
Slinky.
time.
Oh,
Well,
my.
very good. Thank you very much for joining us today. We hope that you will participate in the events coming up. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to the church either by phone or on Facebook.